Sir Thomas Wyatt was a poet, and he was a courtier and diplomat for the English King Henry VIII. His job took him all over Europe, and he took to adapting European poetic forms into English. While he was in Italy, he came across Petrarch's poetry and translated some of it, and ended up writing his own sonnets in the Petrarchan form. And one of these is called Whoso List to Hunt. Fun fact, it's actually an imitation of Petrarch's Sonnet 190. Here is Whoso List to Hunt. Whoso list to hunt, I know where is an hind, but as for me, alas, I may no more. The vain travail hath wearied me so sore. I am of them that farthest cometh behind. Yet may I by no means my wearied mind draw from the deer. But as she fleeth afore, fainting I follow. I leave off therefore, since in a net I seek to hold the wind. Who list her hunt, I put him out of doubt, as well as I may spend his time in vain. And graven in diamonds with letters plain there is written, her fair neck round about, Noli me tangere. For Caesar's I am, and wild for to hold, though I seem tame. Early sonnets didn't always stick to the strict iambic pentameter. This one doesn't. The rhyme scheme of the octave is A, B, B, A, A, B, B, A, typical of a Petrarchan sonnet, and the sestet is C, D, D, C, E, E. The rhyme schemes of the sestets in Italian sonnets is not as standard as the octave, but it usually involves C, D, and E rhymes. So let's unpack the octave, the first 8 lines. Whoso list to hunt, I know where is an hind, means whoever wants to hunt, I know where there's a doe. But we aren't talking about deer hunting here. We are, as true to the Petrarchan tradition, talking about a woman. But the comparison of pursuing a woman to the hunting of a deer doesn't make this a very romantic poem, does it? Hunting doesn't end with the pleasure of the other's company and kissing, so not romantic. What's being emphasized here is the speaker's fatigue and dedication, or almost dedication. Not so much to the woman, but to the pursuit of her. So you see that there might be something a little creepy, no, pathetic about all this. The pursuit or travail of this woman has been in vain. Travail means labor. It has wearied him so sore. Sore means extremely or severely. And there are others hunting this same doe, other suitors. But alas, our speaker is in the back of the pack. In the first line we find the alliteration hunt and hind, and whose and where. The repeated H and WH all contribute to the idea that he's huffing and panting. More alliteration in the 6th and 7th lines. He says, Yet may I by no means my wearied mind draw from the deer, but as she fleeth afore, fainting I follow. The D sound is heavy, like trudging, and the Fs are breathy, like he barely has wind enough to push out the words. The sounds are reinforcing the sense. In the octave, he's winded and exhausted. He's exhausted, but he can't seem to stop chasing the deer. He's obsessed with having her, but she evades him. The futility of the pursuit is captured in the image of seeking to hold the wind in a net. Then the sestet, the last 6 lines. The sestet begins in a way similar to the octave. Whoever wants to hunt this woman, you're wasting your time. You'll have no more success than I had. This woman wears a necklace, and on the necklace are the words, Noli me tangere. It means, touch me not, in Latin. Jesus says these words to Mary Magdalene when she recognizes him after his resurrection. Jesus was probably telling her that she needed to stop clinging to him and go and tell the disciples that he wasn't dead anymore. Notice that with this allusion, the woman is placed in the position of Christ, a transcendent and holy position, one usually occupied by the woman in a Petrarchan sonnet. This sets up the contrast between the woman and the pursuer, whose motives are base, and he's suffering from very mortal fatigue, and that whole creepy hunting metaphor thing. Touch me not means don't touch me because I belong to Caesar. In the English context, this would mean Henry VIII. There is some suspicion that Thomas Wyatt might have had a little thing going with Anne Boleyn before Henry took an interest in her. And from what we know about Henry, this situation would be more than just a little dangerous for our speaker. And that's what the line says. She seems tame, like meek and mild. That's what a doe usually is like. But watch out for this one. That's Thomas Wyatt's Whoso List to Hunt. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.